I think that would be a very, very smart thing to do if they can eat the cost on it, but we'll see. They probably I don't know how big of a change there actually has been from Sadia and their margins and there has been some talk that is something that behind the scenes is changing a little bit. They're looking more to grow rather than just protect their margins. And I think PlayStation's doing the opposite. I think we've seen this a lot. I think for the last few years, Xbox has been looking to protect their margins, which is why pricing has been crazy. But now with this whole change in leadership, it sounds like they're trying to grow again as we lead up to Project Helix. PlayStation is doing the exact opposite. They're not trying to grow. They're trying to protect margins. Why is this? Which is why they would be making a lot of the moves that they're making. And if they truly do pull back from PC, which we don't fully know yet, that just means that they don't care about growing anymore right now. They're just trying to reduce their costs as much as possible, kind of just sustain to fight off the current market conditions and survive. Like that's what these moves sound like to me. Not that I think they're going anywhere. There's not going to be a PS6, but the moves PlayStation are making right now, even though fanboys were celebrating pulling back from PC, like that makes any difference at all on PlayStation console sales. It doesn't. We know it doesn't. PC games have not hurt PlayStation console sales whatsoever. It's a move to protect the business through these market conditions. That's basically what it is. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that they should definitely change the prices of the console. And like for example, why you're thinking like, okay, why is such drastic moves? Because it's gotten so expensive. We have this as well. Jason Schreier put this out. Budgets for video game productions. It's insane. In the US and Canada, costing over 300 million to create games. We've already kind of known this. We've heard this before. But now Jason Schreier is saying this, and whatever you think of him, he does have insider information. He does talk to people within the industry. So it's relatively good info. He says exact budgets of video game productions can be tough to corroborate. More transparency from publishing would be nice. But the numbers I've heard floating around, AAA game dev these days are 300 million or more, sometimes much more, which I think helps explain the current state of the industry. And Concord lost over 400 million is what we've heard. To address some frequently asked questions, those are US and Canada productions. If you're wondering why Game X costs so much less, it was probably made elsewhere. These budgets are almost entirely dev salaries plus overhead and have nothing to do with executive compensation, which is mostly stock. So yeah, that's wild. And that's why they're trying to put AI into this stuff. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay devs this current salaries. They don't want to pay all that overhead. So they're trying to reduce some of their overhead by adding artificial intelligence to help create some of the assets and stuff within games. And no matter how much gamers push back against it, I just don't think that is going to change. Like we're going to continue to see that happening, at least in the US and in Canada, and games developed here in all across the world. Even Crimson Desert was getting caught with like a bunch of AI art in their game. Capcom seems to be the only one right now who is always, I would say, like the golden publisher, knocking everything out of the park, who's saying, yeah, we're not going to do any AI at all. And they actually raise prices of their for their devs, but I just don't see like you never see. I don't think you'll ever see like an EA or a Take Two or Xbox even or PlayStation. Like I don't think you'll even see. I don't think you'll ever see them turn away from a technology that's going to help them reduce costs if they can employ it in a way that doesn't hurt their bottom line. Which for most of the things that I think they'll employ it for, probably won't really. Yeah, it has a place. It's just depending on how it's used. And so then a lot of companies will abuse it. That's the issue, and that's why people are worried. But yeah, we'll see. Now, all of that has been all this week. So it's been a pretty wild week here. Take a look at how the chat's doing. How's everyone doing today? Is everyone any bands in the chat? Last week got 83 of you guys in here. It's awesome. Hit the like if you haven't, share it, subscribe if you have. Well, I think I have a subscriber mode on anyway, so I don't think you can talk in here unless you're subscribed. Yeah, like, share, all of that stuff. And the next thing I want to talk about, let's go over the huge March update for Xbox, because there was a massive Actually, no, we'll talk about this first because this kind of stays on topic for some of the things that I was going over. Phil Spencer did a great job of Microsoft on solid ground to succeed, says veteran developer, which I think I would agree. I haven't actually read the quote yet. This is actually my first time going through this article, so see what he says, but I would agree. Xbox didn't change after the Xbox One. We don't even know if they would be here. What it says here, the retirement of Microsoft gaming CEO Phil Spencer was quite unexpected, which I don't really agree with. Like everyone saw this coming for at least like I think most people knew that Phil Spencer was going to retire this year just from everything that was going on. And the way he was it seemed like he was setting up Sarah Bond, which obviously was not the case for her to take over.